So I just got back from seeing Predator Badlands in IMAX last night, and if you're new to this channel, we do honest reviews. I'm not doing any crazy edits to try to make you stay or watch. This is just me talking and telling you guys like it is and if this movie is worth watching. And I'm honestly kind of shocked, because I went in expecting a total Disneyfication, but this was actually good. So if you're wondering whether it's worth the ticket or if this is finally the comeback the franchise has been begging for since the 80s, let's talk about it. Let's start with the obvious. The Predator franchise hasn't had an easy life. The original back in 1987 was lightning in a bottle, a testosterone-fueled jungle horror fever dream that worked because it didn't try too hard. It was just awesome. Then everything after that tried to outsmart it. Sequels, crossovers, reboots, and somehow no one ever figured out that formula again. Until now, sort of. Predator Badlands feels like the first one in a long time that actually gets what this series is supposed to be. Awesome and epic. It's big, loud, and grand, but the story's simple. A new planet, a new hunt, new creatures to fight. It doesn't waste time trying to reinvent mythology or lore, it just lets the movie be a hunt, as it should. This movie's directed by Dan Trachtenberg, the guy who did Prey, and you could feel that same tactile energy here. The way he uses sound in this movie is great. Every roar, every weapon charge, every echo, it's all just so physical and tactile. This is one of those rare blockbusters where the IMAX actually feels justified. The part I was most uncertain about was the general tone, because there's a sort of unserious playfulness at times, and it just feels like every movie nowadays feels like it needs to be funny. It's what I call the MCU effect, moments where the movie feels obligated to crack a joke, but to its credit, Predator doesn't overdo this. The humor is never really used as a crutch, which is more than I can say for most modern action movies. I just wonder if this movie would have benefited from being more serious. Now, I'll be honest, I was nervous about Elle Fanning's character. I thought it would be one of those modern performances where every line feels like it's trying to go viral on TikTok, just something that like really dates the movie, but she actually works here. Her dynamic with the Predator is strange, but entertaining. The movie doesn't try to make her empathize with the Predator in the we're not so different after all kind of way. Instead, it leans into this weird rivalry friendship, and they have a good rapport. It's good for what it is. Now to me, this is where Badlands absolutely delivers. The creature designs are just awesome. Each new fight introduces something new, not just another alien, but something that feels handcrafted, like the filmmakers actually cared about showing you something cool. It's not just explosions and noises, there's choreography, there's geography. You actually understand the fights, and that's something I miss in a lot of modern blockbusters. And the VFX work is great as well. Really cool designs, like I said. If there's one weak though, and honestly the one weak link in most modern movies, it's the writing. The dialogue isn't bad, it's just basic. The story itself is structured fine. I mean, it's clean setup and escalation, and there's a surprisingly epic third act, but the actual words being said are just forgettable. I mean, no one's gonna be going around quoting this movie. And it really just gives you the 2025 vibes, like when there's scenes of Predator sitting at a campfire talking about his family. Now they're quick enough where it doesn't fully ruin the movie, but it is a bit annoying when I just want like more action. And I think that's a fair thing to want in a Predator movie, is just action. Obviously without spoiling here, but I enjoyed the third act and the ending. It didn't feel too low stakes, but it also didn't feel like too stupidly high stakes, like the world's ending or something. You get that big IMAX payoff, and the kind that makes you remember why theaters matter. The score deserves a shout out too. It actually feels epic, blending that tribal energy of the original with something more operatic. The Predator language that they speak is like the best part, and they incorporate that into the score, and it's just cool. So here's my honest take. Predator Badlands isn't a masterpiece, but it doesn't need to be. It's just a good sci-fi, epic, action IMAX movie. Not great, but it's good. It's simple, confident, knows exactly what it's trying to be. There's no agenda or like overwriting. It's just more of a modern sci-fi. So it still is cool like visually and with the fights and CGI and stuff. Again, if you're going into this movie expecting The Godfather, you're just doing it wrong. And that's just the way it is. I'm giving this a 3.5 out of 5 stars, which makes it one of my favorite movies of the year so far. If you guys are curious on my other rankings, you could check out the full list of my 2025 movies on my letterbox. Let me know in the comments your rating and what you thought, and we could talk. If you love the original, this one won't offend you. It's not necessarily bringing back the franchise from the 80s that we all love, but it's good enough that I would see the sequel if it came out in a few years. It's worth seeing, probably only in theaters. It deserves to be loud.